My people, my brothers, my sisters of Africa, listen, they told us it could not be done. They said no African nation could stand on its own feet without bending its knee to those who once ruled it. They said sovereignty is a dream, that dignity is a luxury, that freedom has a price too high for Africans to pay. But today, open your eyes and look to Ghana. In only 4 months, that proud nation followed the path of courage, and the world is forced to take notice. When we in Burkina Faso chose to reclaim our land, our gold, our decision-making, they called it rebellion. They said Traore will destroy his country. They said without our aid, Burkina Faso will fall into darkness. But the only darkness that existed was the shadow of exploitation. And when the sun of truth rose, that shadow began to fade. Our choice was simple. Either we continue crawling or we stand up. We chose to stand. We said no to dependency, no to foreign control over our gold, our cotton, our energy, our destiny. We chose to believe that the African can govern himself with integrity, discipline, and pride. And when Burkina Faso stood, others began to lift their heads too, among them Ghana, the land of Kwame Nkrumah, the first torchbearer of independence. Ghana looked to the horizon and saw a new road. They asked themselves, if Burkina Faso can challenge the old order, why not us? They studied our blueprint, not of weapons, but of will, not of hatred, but of self-belief. They understood that true independence is not written on paper. It is written in the policies of a nation. Ghana decided to take its own resources and use them to serve its own people. For decades, Ghana's gold left its soil while its economy begged for loans. It sold cocoa to buy fuel, sold labor to buy bread, and yet beneath its feet lay the wealth that could feed its children. So Ghana changed direction. It said, if we have gold, why must we trade it for debt? If we have strength, why must we borrow weakness? For too long, we were told that courage is dangerous, that obedience is safe, but the safe road has led us nowhere. The dangerous road of sovereignty is the only path that leads to respect. In Burkina Faso, we have faced isolation. They have cut our aid. They have spoken against us in the halls of power. They have written lies in their newspapers, but we have gained something far greater, self-respect. And now, Ghana's success proves to every skeptic that sovereignty is not isolation, it is inspiration. Let me tell you what this means, my people. It means that Africa's wealth can build African nations. It means that we no longer need to trade our future for temporary relief. It means that we can say no to exploitation without saying no to progress. Progress and freedom can live in the same house. If the foundation is truth, Ghana took the same blueprint we have defended with our lives: control of resources, discipline in governance, investment in production, faith in the people. They strengthened their gold reserves, negotiated directly for energy, and rejected the old idea that every African nation must wait for approval from outside to act. And the result is clear: economic breathing room, restored confidence, and a new sense of national pride. Some will tell you this is just coincidence. No, my friends, this is consequence. It is the natural consequence of standing up straight. When a people believe in their own capacity, the world must recalculate its expectations. Look at what is happening around us. Mali is taking charge of its resources. Niger is seeking sovereignty over its uranium. Ghana is proving that gold can buy energy without bowing to foreign dictates. The tide is turning slowly but powerfully. It is no longer the age of dependency. It is the age of accountability. To those who say, but can Africa survive without help? I say this: help that demands obedience is not help, it is control. A partner who dictates is not a friend. The world is welcome to work with us, but never again above us. The age of masters and servants has ended. The age of equals has begun. Ghana's achievement is not a miracle, it is a mirror. It shows every African nation what is possible when leadership is rooted in courage. 4 months of determination changed their economic story. Imagine 4 years of unity across the continent. Imagine if our gold, oil, cocoa, coffee, uranium, lithium, and mines were guided by one principle: Africa first. Our ancestors dreamed of this moment. Kwame Nkrumah called for it. Thomas Sankara lived for it. Patrice Lumumba died for it. And today, Ghana and Burkina Faso are living it. This is not about rivalry, it is about revival, a revival of pride, purpose, and partnership between free nations. My people, let us learn from Ghana's courage. They did not wait for permission, they did not fear headlines, they looked at the reality and acted. They showed that discipline in economics can be a weapon of liberation. Every ounce of gold they kept within their borders became a bullet of truth fired against the lie of inferiority. Africa must not sleep while others profit from its awakening. We must rise together, or we will fall separately. Our diversity is a strength, not a weakness. Our languages may differ, but our heartbeat is one. The enemies of progress know this, and that is why they sow division. They whisper to each country, "You are alone, you cannot stand." But Ghana just proved they are wrong, and Burkina Faso proves that courage is contagious. If we connect our strength, Burkina Faso's resilience, Ghana's vision, Nigeria's population, Congo's resources, Kenya's innovation, then the world will not be able to ignore us. Africa will negotiate as a partner, not a beggar. And when that day comes, our children will inherit a continent that feeds itself, lights itself, and governs itself. I do not say these words as a dreamer. I say them as a soldier who has seen the cost of submission and the price of freedom. Freedom is expensive, yes, but dependence costs far more. The cost of freedom is paid once, the cost of dependence is paid forever. Let us choose the harder road now so our children can walk an easier one later. Let us invest in our own people, the farmer, the miner, the student, the builder. Let us create industries that process what we produce. Let us value our currency with our resources, not with someone else's permission. If Ghana can turn gold into energy, we can turn courage into destiny. $2.7 billion is not just a number, it is a message written in gold and courage. Africa can prosper when Africa believes in itself. That is the true blueprint. It is not written by economists in distant capitals, it is written by patriots in the dust of their own land. To my brothers and sisters across the continent, I say, let every village, every town, every city ask the same question Ghana asked. What do we have, and how can we use it to serve our people? The answer is waiting in our soil, in our minds, in our unity. The time has come for a new definition of wealth. Wealth is not in the bank accounts of the few, but in the dignity of the many. Wealth is not in foreign reserves, but in the reserves of confidence within our youth. Wealth is when the farmer eats from his own field, when the miner benefits from his own mine, when the student learns to build for his own nation. This is the Africa we are building, brick by brick, policy by policy, act of courage by act of courage. And as we build, the world is watching. Some watch with fear, others with respect. Let them watch, because the rise of Africa is not against anyone, it is for ourselves. My brothers and sisters, let no one tell you that you are too small to make a difference. Burkina Faso is not large, but our conviction is vast. Ghana stood firm, and billions followed. This is how history changes, not with permission, but with persistence. Stand firm, Africa. The journey has begun. The first fruits of sovereignty are already being harvested. Burkina Faso reclaimed its dignity. Ghana reclaimed its economy. Who will be next? The door is open, the path is clear, and the world can no longer deny what is before its eyes. When Africa believes in itself, it cannot be stopped. Let this be our promise. Never again shall our gold enrich others while our people remain poor. Never again shall we trade our pride for debt. Never again shall we doubt our own power. The blueprint has been drawn by the blood of our heroes, by the courage of our youth, by the success of Ghana, by the stand of Burkina Faso now. It is up to us to build. Africa, rise. Rise not in anger, but in purpose. Rise not in haste, but in strength. Rise and remember. We are the children of the first sunrise, and the world still moves to our rhythm. May God bless Ghana for its courage. May God bless every nation that chooses sovereignty over submission. And may God bless Africa, united, awakened, unstoppable.